Hi, Eliot. So nice
Hi.
to meet you. I'm Dana. I am the editor-in-chief of Queer Media Matters. So as you can imagine,
Fantastic.
all of my questions are going to be very queer. So
That is welcome. Thank you for asking me to do this. I appreciate it.
it's so great. So I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to get right into these questions.
Okay.
Were you expecting this show to resonate so much with queer, resonate, that's a good pun right there, resonate so much
Vocal magic.
with queer fans? Because they really embrace the show right off the bat.
I am so pleased by that. As a queer creator, I want my people to understand and feel my work. And I'm not surprised because aside from the specifically queer content on the show, I feel like the show itself is queer in its DNA, in that it examines an othered group with great power who find each other. And it's something that cuts across race and class and kind of obliterates all of these little labels, and it's this kind of thing. So even when it's not queer, it's queer, and I'm glad the queer fans are feeling that.
I say that to everyone. I'm like, this show is so
It's just
queer,
gay.
even if it's not even the not queer parts, they have this element of queerness to them. And I think that it just came at the absolute right time too. We
Oh,
were all in the height of the pandemic.
yeah,
And I mean, I can't
that
imagine a
part.
time where we needed to be swept away in this wonderful world of Fort Salem as much as we did then. Um, but to kind of continue along that line, Motherland is one of the few shows that has more than one queer leading character. Was that the intention, or did it just kind of fall into place that way?
It really fell into place, and I wasn't thinking about any kind of numbers of this and numbers of that. It just really emerged from the storytelling, which is, of course, the best way, I think, to get stuff in. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it just kind of grew. And then when we got to see the chemistry of Rael and Scylla on screen, we were just like, oh, they need their own thing. Like everything has to be them. And of course, it's a big sprawling show, and there's a lot of world we're selling, and we want to service other characters. But they are the rotating celestial bodies of the show in terms of love, the love vibration. For
I feel
sure.
like you are answering all of the things in my heart right now about this show.
Totally. I'm here for you.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
gosh.
just, even like talking about the queer, even when it's not queer, I mean, later in the season, you will get to meet Abigail's multiple fathers. I mean, it's just inverted on such a deep DNA level that I think it just keeps giving in that way. Anyway, I'll
Is
let you ask.
is queerness like not even an issue in the Fort Salem world?
No, I mean, it's not a perfect world, and I never want it to be like, the perfect ladies are perfect and everything else
Yeah,
sucks.
it's got its
There's
issues.
It's got its issues for sure. And, witchcraft is a fertility religion in a lot of ways. And so a lot of that stuff is quite heteronormative. But is it an issue like where it starts to be something that if you knew that about somebody, it would change your whole thing? Not really, because there's such a bigger identifier in this world, and that is witchhood. You can script when you're 18 and your kids do in perpetuity. That's such a big identifier that the other stuff melts away a little bit.
The trio, Rael, Tally, Abigail, so integral to the show.
The heart of it.
With Tally sacrificing her youth and becoming a biddy, how is that going to affect their dynamic?
How
Good thing
many
you took a
episodes
big
have you
sip
seen?
before.
How many episodes have you seen?
I too.
Okay. Well, look, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't know when this is going to air, but I will say this. It's actually it's a perfectly, I can't talk for some reason. It's a perfect question because I can answer it without spoiling too much.
Well,
Thank you for
that's the
that.
point of this, right?
Thank you for that. So the biddyship connection, right? It's this deep psychic bond. Not only does it transfer your age into someone else, but it's a conduit that is never going to be fully closed. And so what we're going to explore this season is something that we can actually talk about from 110 last year. I don't know if you remember. Alder and Tally were in that cave, and Alder was like, you know what? I'm a general. I do this every day, and I stand by everything I've ever done. We're going to explore the question. Maybe there's one that you don't quite stand by. Maybe there's one that got away that you really, really do regret. And that's kind of that PTSD flows into Tally. You know, Alder's not thrilled that it happened, but it's going to influence the whole season in pivotal ways and very emotional ways, and I can't wait for people to
Oh,
see it.
so geeked about this. All right, Scylla, complex character, and things get even more complicated now that we discover she's working for Rael's mother.
Hi.
I know you can't tell us much, but can you give us a hint about maybe her journey that we might see in season 2?
Absolutely. And, you know, and Willa's as well. You know, I think Scylla and Willa are both in this position where they're asking themselves, what is the spree? P.S. The whole season is about questioning institutions. It's
I
really
can't
across
even
the
look at a
board.
balloon anymore.
No, no. So you have Willa and Scylla who were diehard spree and are now questioning, you know what, this conscription thing is important to us, but there might be something a little more pressing in that these people have resurfaced that literally won't rest until the last witch is gone from the earth. And so it's that fun thing of arch enemies kind of joining forces and realizing that they have more commonality than they did. And yeah.
So the old enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes. It's so fun to see.
Well, I have one more question for you.
Sure.
What do you hope fans take away from season 2?
Just not to be afraid to examine the institutions that are part of your life and kind of like feel encouraged to remake them in your image. I think that's the spirit of the season. And I think of it as the season of where it's like seeds of revolution. And so I think that's the message, like make the world work for you and remake it if you have to, I guess.
And almost a little art imitating life there, huh?
Totally. We were so influenced and we didn't want to be like after school specially about it, but we couldn't help by being caught up in the time. So
thank you a million. So
Thank
many
you.
people love this show, and I hear about it all the time from fans, and I can't wait till they all get to see this masterpiece of season 2.
Well, that made my day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and good luck with all the rest of your million junket pieces
Thank
you have
you.
today.